What's going on, YouTube? Big Philly Poor Boys RC. Thanks again for tuning in. It is a beautiful Saturday. It's going to be an awesome weekend. Hope you guys are going to get your RC cars out this weekend. Go enjoy them and enjoy the awesome weather. Spring is finally here. And today we're going to talk about an upgrade that pretty much everybody is doing. Some of you wouldn't even consider this an upgrade, but some of you will. Many of you will. And I bet a lot of you viewers will consider an upgrade. And that is upgrading to a brushless motor and ESC. And today I'd just like to talk about a really cost-effective brushless motor and ESC option that is out there. So let's look at what we got here and talk about one of the best options out there. And one of the best value brands out there on the market right now, at least in my opinion, and you've seen me use them a lot of times in the past, is GOOLRC. Kind of not the best name. GOOLRC, what's GOOLRC? Ghoul, like it's not even spelt like a ghoul, like a ghost ghoul. It's like cool, but not cool, it's ghoul. Anyways, GOOLRC comes from China, so shipping is questionable at best, especially with the coronavirus going on. But you know, this package that I received here was supposed to take up to 3 months to arrive. It got here in 6 weeks. So there is that. You can also find some GOOLRC products on Amazon, which if it's in a local warehouse, you can get it a lot faster via Prime shipping. So check out GOOLRC products. But enough about GOOLRC. Let's get this thing opened up and see what we're dealing with. So this is the exact packaging it arrived in. Unfortunately, it didn't come in a box like it does in the ad on eBay. However, I'm not going to complain about that because, again, we're looking for a budget solution here, not super awesome, sweet to me a packaging solution. So what we've got in the package here, guys, is a brushless motor, brushless ESC. I will mention that this ESC is also waterproof. So I'll get that out of the way, and let's crack open this motor first. At least it was nicely bubble wrapped and safely packaged. Most of the bubbles have served their purpose and are flat. And this is exactly what came in the package. Waterproof motor, BL3660, 3300 kV. I will throw a link in the description box so you guys can easily find this, because this motor combo did come in several combinations. The ESC is a 60 amp ESC. However, the kV rating on the motors can vary quite a bit. So that is something worth looking into depending on how fast you want to go. And as always, guys, I'm opening this up in real time with you, and I'll tell you something as I'm just sort of inspecting the can itself. You can see a little sort of, right there, a little nick, which wouldn't be a big deal. There's a little nick right there. Yeah, stuff happens, it's cheap. But this guy right here, that's more than just a little nick in the can. That's actually a dent. Believe it or not, the can's actually dented a little bit, so the armature still spins freely, but that's a little concerning. Packaging is definitely not the strong suit of this combination. Looks like we've got 4mm banana plugs, which is pretty standard on a brushless motor. Looks like we have a ball bearing back there, which is awesome. Looks like a ball bearing up front. One thing to note, guys, is that this the output shaft on this motor is 5mm. That's a lot thicker than what you're running on your stock silver cans. Any stock 540 motor, you know, if you've got a Tamiya kit or a Kyosho kit, they have 3mm armatures or output shafts on their armatures, whereas this is a 5mm, so it's considerably thicker. You will need to change your pinion gear if you want to use one of these to something that has a 5mm output shaft diameter. But don't let that discourage you. There are tons and tons of options available. Robinson Racing, go check them out. They have lots of options. They've got you covered. This motor ESC combo is going to go into the wife's... Where is it? There it is. See it? Am I pointing at it? Right there. It's going to go in the wife's boomerang. She doesn't know this yet, but it's going in there. She's going to love it. Now let's take a gander at this ESC. Again, not the best packaging for a sensitive electronic device. It is in a bag. Let's see what's up with that. Let's talk about this ESC. So it looks super generic. And in fact, one thing that has sort of caught my attention right away is that most GOOLRC products say GOOLRC on them. I've owned many of them. They always say GOOLRC. And between this ESC and this motor, at no point do we see the words or the branding GOOLRC. We just see generic, very, let's say, rip-off style writing on here. So Doesn't mean it's not going to work. Doesn't mean it won't be a good product. But I don't think this is GOOLRC. I think it's branded as GOOLRC. And I just want you guys to know that if you decide to buy this kit, again, I bought it just based on price point. And speaking of price point, $47 Canadian with shipping. So that is pretty crazy for a brushless motor in ESC. 47 bucks Canadian, which is like 34 American. So again, link will be in the comment or in the description box below. So let's keep talking about it, see what we got going on. It claims to be waterproof. Okay. We've got nice looking wires. I mean, this looks very, the quality looks decent, I'll be honest. Nice silicone wires, 14 gauge with the 4mm bullets or bananas. And what else we got going on? We got a pre-soldered Deans on there, which is awesome. I run Deans on all my rigs. We have a on-off switch here, which does not look waterproof to me. I don't know about you guys, but anytime I've got a waterproof on-off switch, it's typically encased in some kind of like a rubber, like plastic coating. This one definitely is not. So my spidey senses are tingling there. And we've got the standard 3-prong receiver plug. Does have a fan integrated onto it, built right in, which is kind of neat. It's wired up, and that's that. It, 2 to 3S LiPo. Let's see here. It can handle 2 to 3S LiPo, and it's got a BEC of 5.8 volts or 3 amps. And it's a 60 amp ESC. So built-in BEC's got enough juice to turn a big servo. Well, not a big servo, but a decent servo. And yeah, that's the gist of it. I do see some marks here. You can see the epoxy just at the bottom of those cooling fins. So that makes me feel a little warmer, a little fuzzier. But I still, I'll be honest, guys, I don't feel the warmest and the fuzziest after this purchase. I don't care if there's little marks in the can. I really don't care. But the fact there's a dent in the can, that kind of bugs me. And the fact that this on-off switch isn't waterproof is concerning. But you know what? Little pro tip, although I'm not a pro, is if the switch is failing, you can just cut these wires off. You can twist them together and it's permanently on. So the second you plug in your battery, it's on. It's a simple thing to do. And I did that on all my race rigs back in the day when I used to race, because I never wanted the chance of my on-off switch turning off accidentally during a race if a marshal's flipping me over. So I hardwired all mine and soldered them. So you can always do that. Just food for thought. Not justifying one of my one too many beer purchases. And what else is left in the package, guys? Instructions. Who needs them, right? Well, let's see if there's any little hidden gems in here. Anything that's going to, stimulate us and make us think like, oh, wow, I didn't get screwed. Okay, so there's the instructions, which aren't that exciting to be watching on YouTube. But I'll tell you one thing, that you can see the chart there that has all the various parameters that you can adjust into the speed controller, and those parameters can be adjusted via a program card. But again, this is the cheapest of the cheap. It was 46 Canadian dollars, which is like 35 cents US. So it did not come with a program card. That being said, you can find some of these combos on eBay with a program card. I'm hoping that this is going to work with my Hobbywing program card. I'm going to try it. No promises there. Let's quickly go over those parameters so you guys know what you're buying when you pick this thing up. Operation mode is positive and reverse belt proportional brake. Okay, motor rotation direction, positive rotation. Start mode level 4, which I think maybe like a punch control, I guess. Minimum forward strength 7%, minimum backing strength 7%, maximum backing strength 49%, which is pretty standard. Initial braking strength 5%, so I guess that's like a 5% drag brake, it seems like it's got. Maximum braking strength 100%, wicked. Braking force 0, don't know what that means. Neutral point range 3.3. Brake frequency, doesn't speak my language. Lithium savings, automatic recognition. So to me, it sounds like it's got a LiPo cutoff mode built into it. Oh, low voltage protection. Here we go. Threshold 3.1 volts, which is pretty low. I normally set my stuff to 3.2 volts, but 3.1 is still safe. It's not going to blow up. Low voltage protection set to protect. Good stuff. Reverse maximum throttle stroke 1.1 milliseconds. Don't know what that means. Forward maximum throttle stroke 1.9. Okay. And synchronized rectification. Close. Synchronized rectification. Synchronized rectification. You got me on that one. I don't know. So that's it for today's cheap budget, super cheap. It's a knockoff of a knockoff, super cheap budget brushless motor and ESC review. I will definitely be installing this setup into the wife's boomerang. You know there's going to be a follow-up video letting you guys know if it works. Am I happy with it? I mean, it's got a dent in the can. The on-off switch isn't waterproof. It says it's waterproof, and you know I'm going to get this thing wet. I'm going to soak it, and let's just see what happens. It's 50 bucks. Let's roll the dice and see what happens. All right, guys? Anyway, have an awesome weekend, everybody. Thank you so much for tuning in. All the love and support. I really do appreciate it. If you can go a step further, hit the like button, little thumbs up, and put down a comment. And if you don't mind subscribing, I would really appreciate it. Again, trying to grow a channel on YouTube in today's crazy YouTube world is a massive challenge. I did not think it'd be this hard. Anyway, I'm having a great time. I hope you guys are enjoying all the content as well. If you'd like to see anything, please throw it in the comments down below. Always happy to answer each and every one of you guys. And as always, be excellent to each other.